It's finals week at the university. Sophia has been doing a lot of last-minute studying for her tests and resorting to eating a lot more fast food than usual. This is her first year in college, and her parents worried about what would happen to her glucose control while she is away. Because of this, Sophia has been wearing her new insulin pump for 3 weeks now, and although she'd never admit it to her parents, she is loving how easy and discreet it is to bolus for meals. Last week, she was trained on how to use the continuous glucose monitoring features of her pump. She was very excited to see her sensor tracings on her pump screen and is looking forward to seeing her CareLink reports. Sophia has already created her CareLink software online account right after her training and has been waiting for a week to upload her pump and CGM information so she will have access to all of the CareLink reports. Today marks a full week since starting CGM, and so Sophia takes a break from studying to upload her information to CareLink. She looks over all of the reports available to her and decides to focus on the therapy management dashboard. This report provides Sophia a summary of her glucose, carbohydrate, and insulin information. Sophia glances over the report and immediately notices the large graph at the top, the 24-hour analysis. She sees that there are several lines running across the graph, each of these representing a day of sensor information. She also sees a gray shaded area in the middle that shows her the 70 to 140 mg per deciliter range. Sophia realizes that any of the sensor lines that fall below the gray area are shaded red, showing her lows, and any lines above the gray area are shaded yellow, showing her highs. She notices a pattern of lows overnight and into the early morning, and mostly highs after breakfast and after dinner. She looks down below at the meal periods, which show her the average sensor reading before and after each meal. But the patterns she saw during the overnight period and after dinner are things she should talk about with her healthcare team. She makes a note to discuss the high and low patterns she saw in the larger graph. Next, Sophia glances over her statistics. The statistics section reviews averages of her BG and sensor readings, carbohydrates she's eaten, low and high patterns, total amount of insulin she uses per day, the length of time she has worn the sensor, and how many alarms she has gotten on average. Sophia focuses on the pattern sections and confirms what she has seen in the graph. She has seen a pattern of lows in the early morning and quite a few patterns of highs throughout the day. Sophia can see that there are a total of 5 different hyperglycemic patterns, but only top 3 time periods where she spends the most time above 140 mg per deciliter are shown. She wonders how she can tighten her glucose control during the day. Sophia looks down at the basal bolus ratio and is surprised that it isn't closer to the 50-50 distribution she learned from her diabetes educator. She jots down a few notes to discuss with her provider and switches over to another report that has caught her eye, the sensor and meter overview. She flips to page 3 of this report. This report breaks out Sophia's data into individual days. She sees again the graph line that represents her sensor reading, but also notices that her carb entries are shown below the line in the black boxes. Sophia also notices her insulin is shown by the green bars below the graph for each day. Looking at her data, she sees there were times when she took multiple boluses, both manually and with the bolus wizard, for her food. Sophia realizes she hasn't been checking her BG in between her boluses. She also remembers her healthcare professional advised her to always use the bolus wizard for each bolus so the pump can keep track of her active insulin, the insulin that is still working to lower her blood sugar. Could this be the reason why her sensor glucose often goes high, then low during the day? Sophia decides to contact her healthcare professional with what she found and ask the questions she took note of. By using CareLink software, Sophia has become an active partner in her diabetes management and is beginning to understand the cause and effect of how her glucose responds to food. Remember, always consult with your healthcare professional before making any changes to your therapy.